Today I want to talk about common misconceptions about wills. I encounter this so many times, not only in my practice, but also just when I'm out in public and people are talking about their wills. Now with our society aging, people getting older, people pass away and they're thinking about that more, especially in this era of COVID-19. There's been a heightened awareness about wills and doing an estate plan. So what are some of the misconceptions I've seen about wills? The biggest misconception is, I've done my will, now my estate plan is taken care of. I don't need to worry about what happens after I die. Everything's going to be done according to the way I put it in my will. I really feel good about myself now. Well, actually, that's not the case. After you die, there still needs to be something that happens to get your property into the names of your beneficiaries. It's not a matter of just looking at the will to determine who that property belongs to. Technically, under law, when someone dies, all of their property goes into something called an estate. And it's a legal concept that says that the beneficiaries don't get that property right away. It goes into an estate so that there are some steps legally that we can go through before that property actually gets to where you want it to go. Now the question is, why do we have this extra step? Well, there's some really important reasons. One of the big ones is that there may be some legal things to be done between the time that you die and your estate is distributed. For example, the biggest one, creditors need to get paid. How is that process handled? If there are creditors under law, they need to get paid many times before the beneficiaries. For example, what would happen if there were an auto accident and there might be a claim that you had as a result of your death? Well, somebody needs to pursue that in court. And the person that would pursue it is your executor. So we need to have these legal steps in place. And of course, one of the big ones is a will contest. What if somebody has a will, maybe that's not the real one that you did, or that they manipulated you into changing your will that shouldn't have been done? All of that is handled in this intermediate step. The process of getting the property out of your estate into your beneficiary's hands and where you want it to go is called probate. Since probate is a legal proceeding, that involves the courts, and of course there's expenses involved with that. And many times people would like to avoid the expense and hassle of probates. Now, a lot of times people talk about trusts and things like that. That costs money too. So what are some of the inexpensive ways that you can use to maybe be able to avoid probate and spare your beneficiaries and your executor extra grief of having to go through the court system? Well, there are some really simple things that you can do, and it would be really helpful for you, if you have questions about this, to talk to an attorney, because if you do it now, it's going to cost a lot less than down the road after you die. Just for example, there's many things that we as attorneys can do, little tricks of the trade, where we can get these types of things done. One is called a transfer on death deed. This is a very handy way to transfer real estate after you die outside of probate. The other is beneficiary designations, certain things that can be done through DMV titles and the like. So please, if you have questions about this, give us a call, and we can assist you with some really simple things to help your estate go a lot more smoothly. And most importantly, to give you some peace of mind that things really are taken care of.